Jesus said, "Again, you have heard that it was said to the people long ago, do not break your oath," like a promise, an oath. Like, I swear that I'm going to do this. This is what they said. Well, it's not a direct quote from the Old Testament here. He just kind of puts a bunch of verses together and he kind of combines them. He says, in the past, it says, "Do not break your oath, but keep the oaths that you have made to the Lord." And that's good if you made a promise to God and all. And there were those who did oaths and promises, like Nazarites and things like that. Then he says, "But I tell you," here it is, here is Jesus, "but I say unto you, do not swear at all." Don't swear at all. Don't, swearing can be cussing, but in this passage he's saying, don't make a promise, don't make oaths to people. And this is kind of like private conversations, talking to people, cross my heart, I hope to die, or I swear on my mom's grave. Or someone says, "Are you serious? You said that?" And you go, "I swear it." Yeah, not good. Jesus said, don't swear at all. Okay. He said, do not swear at all, either by heaven, because it's God's throne, that's where he lives up there, or by earth, for it's his footstool, and it's kind of a reference to Isaiah 61 verse 1, 66 verse 1. It says, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And that's what they were swearing about. And they would say, even I swear on the hair of my head and all, but we have all sorts of ways of saying it nowadays, like I swear, or cross my heart, hope to die, and all that stuff. And he says, don't even swear by your head. You can't make a hair white or black. I mean, we're not talking about dyeing hair here. It's talking about literally taking your hair and changing it from a young person, an old person, white hair or something. God's in control of all that. And then he says, simply let your yes be yes and no, no. For everything else comes of evil, and that could be the evil one. Now, here's the big thing here. Here's a big point that Jesus is saying. He's trying to get you to, and me, and the disciples, followers of Jesus, to get to the heart of the law and the heart of these oaths and promises and such. And there are exceptions, by the way. God himself has sworn and made an oath to show he didn't really need to, but he really wanted us to know that I'm dead serious about this. And that's why we say it. But God says, don't do that. Jesus says, don't swear at all. Because really, the most important thing that we start with God or any relationship is being honest. There has to be an honest heart. And then because of that, you don't have to add all these, I swear that, and I promise this and all that. When I found this out years ago, I just say yes or I say no. And I don't say, I don't promise anything. Sure, there's exceptions again. There's like weddings, Do you take this, lawful wife to be woman to be your wife? And all, I do. And you're making a promise to her, or vice versa, or in court, they say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your God, put the hand on the Bible and all that. So I think God's okay with all that. I really believe that. Some people don't believe that, but I really believe that's fine. Well, he's talking about his main point here in the heart of the law, in the heart of a kingdom principle here, is just tell the truth. So if you say yes, you don't have to say yes, I promise. Just say yes. That's all you have to say, because your yes means yes and your no means no. That's what's going to happen here. So it's just a really cool way of Jesus bringing to us the power of honesty and truthfulness. It's just a really nice way of saying it. And I in that culture, in that world, they were promising like constantly. And it seems like they were swearing this, swearing that. And they say, I swear by Jerusalem, I swear by heaven, and all that. He's just cutting through all that, and he wants them to just hear the truth of saying the truth. It's a simple principle here, but very powerful. That's a short one, isn't it? I think that's all that Jesus really is saying. And it's mentioned later in James. Now, there were people like Paul who said, as God is my witness, I really mean that God is really witnessing this. And he's not promising that God is going to, that he's swearing to God in the same overt way. But there are some passages like that. But I think they had the right spirit and they were very honest people. I think that's what you need to take that as. All right, God bless you.